Lost 3 in a row. What's kind of the mood of the team as you guys kind of try to turn this thing around?
Well, as I always talk about, it's always about response. I mean, you can't get caught up on the disappointments of losing, and you got to be tough enough to move on from it. And it's easier said than done to do both ways. Sometimes, the electricity of a win, and you can't dwell on that too long. And same for a loss. You got to be able to move on, and that can be pretty tough, and especially when the games come so fast and furious.
You talk so much about this league. It's basically a fine line between winning and losing, and one play at any point in the game can matter. And it does seem like in some of these close losses where you guys are really feeling how close that fine line is.
Oh, absolutely. And it usually comes down to about one play in these games right now. I mean, we played some really good basketball, did some really good things throughout all these losses, but we did a couple things that we can't do and win the game. And we were in we were almost in the identical position we were in last year against Air Force. We were down 2 with 4 minutes to go. Last year we made a good play. Marcus hit a 3, we go up 1, then we kind of pulled away just enough down the stretch. And this year they did the opposite. They pulled away from us in the last 4 minutes. So, we just got to be able to regroup, move on, and be ready to play Wyoming.
Did you learn anything about the officiating rule? I assume the officials didn't call and apologize on the Haney thing.
No,
I don't know. I'm just curious to know a little bit more.
I think the biggest thing was that it wasn't explained well enough.
Right.
They could have just made it really simple and say, they tried to walk me through the whole rule book a little bit, and that's above my pay grade, I guess. So it's but the basic gist of it was a flagrant 1. So with the flagrant 1, you get 2 shots and the ball, and that's all they had to say. And I'd have been like, okay, I get it, because I trusted them, and I knew that they saw what they saw, and so we moved on. But yeah, I just didn't. They were trying to explain that. Well, you can go back before the thing, and when whatever the play stopped, it was kind of
everybody confused. I think.
Yeah. So all they had to do was just say flagrant 1, 2 shots in the ball. Okay.
Is there? I mean, maybe a dumb question, but does Zach face any discipline for that? Is he still starting tomorrow, or is that obviously you don't condone that type of play where you pull a guy's leg?
That was an unfortunate decision, and the really unfortunate thing was for the team is how you don't say, well, one play costs a game, but it really does, and especially when it's a 6-point play with 3 minutes, it ended by about 3.5 minutes to go. And then you're playing Air Force too, which is really good at ball control. So yeah, it was not a great decision, and the intelligence and the toughness to be able to fight through stuff on the road. You got to be able to do that to win, and because it's hard to win games on the road.
3-point shooting the last couple of games. You feel like it's due to get back to the law of averages, so to speak?
Well, you always hope that. You don't know when that'll be, and you credit the defenses some, but when you go back and look at the tapes, especially the last 2 games, we've had a lot of open looks, and it's their job to make them. No ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, we all have jobs, and if you have an open look, these are high-level players. You got to be able to step up and make them.
Is it just fatigue, or just luck? There's not going in, or have you noticed anything with the struggles?
You just got to keep plugging away. I mean, I don't think there's anything that jumps out at you like fatigue. And there might be some of that, but that's always going to be there. You got to be able to make shots when you're tired.
DA's performance Tuesday, what impressed you most?
Some of the force that he played with and some of those drives, and he's starting to get that a little bit more consistently, and if he can do that, then he becomes an elite player here.
I realize that basketball is a game of runs, and you guys started, with a pretty strong performance against Air Force. What is the trick to keeping those runs going? I mean, because they started so well, and then it just seems like night and day, within a matter of a few seconds.
Oh yeah, that 13-point lead went away in about a minute, it seemed like. And, that's the 3-point. That's the effect of a 3-point shot. And you string a couple of those together with a couple of stops, and boom! Before you know it, you're on a 9-0 run. And, that kind of always has been our specialty here. The game will be kind of going long, and then you just boom! We get a couple stops in a row, maybe a steal 3, or stop 3, rebound 3, and away you go. And it makes these 9-0, 12-0 runs just like that. And we haven't got as many of those as we used to right now because we're not making as many threes.
Yeah, and I know you're probably not happy with an 8-11 record, and obviously fans probably are disappointed, whatever. But you obviously see it differently than the fans in terms of the long-term goal and the bigger picture and things like that. What would you say to the small percentage of fans that are a little, disappointed?
Well,
and
I would
happy
say,
with where you're at?
hey, it's my job. I'll get us back to contending for championships and a championship level basketball. And my push is this year. My push is to get us playing that level of basketball now and in the next 60 days and then 100% for the future. I mean, we'll get back there, and that sometimes you go through, you coach enough of these teams and enough of these seasons. I mean, when you look at it, it's just a matter of us losing a bunch of close games, and the wheels haven't came off the bus, and we will get it right, and I'll make sure we get it right. That's what I would say, and it's going to come, and whether it comes tomorrow or next year or whenever, but it's not going to be long.
I know you're frustrated, but it does seem like you do have I don't know if positive outlook's the right word, but you do, when you look more into the future, you do still see plenty of reasons for optimism.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. I mean, you look at who we've played with, what we've done in big stretches, and the difference is that we haven't closed out games like we've done in the past, and we've kept in every game. We've battled, we competed good, we've done some fantastic things against good teams. Well, now it's our job. I mean, like I said, it's a zero-sum game, either win or lose, and we haven't been getting it done, and we're going to fix it. I promise that.
And I know you probably don't read too much on social media, or you're probably not too much aware of when fans are upset or whatever, but I mean, do you, that's why they're called fans, right? I mean, do you understand it, though? And obviously they're passionate, they want to see the team do well, so I guess that's a good thing, but do you see where they're coming from, I guess, at all? Or?
Well, I'll put it this way. If I tweeted some things right after some of our losses, I'd probably tweet some of the same things. I mean, that's just, nobody wants that, and our guys don't want that. We're frustrated, but then, it's my job to regroup them and come out fighting again. And so I get it. We want to win, and we're used to winning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've 6 years in a row of 20-win seasons, and every year we've contended for a title. Doesn't mean we're out of it now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the last the last 10 Mountain West championships have had 2, 3, 4 losses. So we're not out of it. We're fighting. We're not like surrendering. No, that's not our way.
What is this like for you, though? Because even last year, you're 20-4 at one point. I mean, you're not used to anything like this. I mean, is it?
Well, the really interesting thing about coaching, and I think, and this is the honest truth, is I don't usually know our record as far as, I see it on the TV. I'm like, oh, wow, I forgot we're 20-4. I mean, that really happens. I mean, I'm like, wow, how did we get 20? Because it's so much about the process. I mean, you hear us talk about it, but that's really what it is. You show up that next day, you got Wyoming in your sights, you're watching film, you're getting the scouting, you're getting your team's mind right. You're not going, okay, what's our record now? Where do we, I literally have to look at stat sheets and things like that to figure out our record most of the time. And that's been consistent, whether we won, lost, all the years when, and this goes back to my years at Gonzaga, and, I'd pick up a deal and go, we are 29-2? I didn't know that, Especially when we'd go have lunch with Judd, we'd walk out of there and thought we were 2-29. That's the God honest truth.
What about Wyoming tomorrow? I mean, regroup starts tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And it started. We traveled back Wednesday. We had a day off, and we got our minds right yesterday. We get we get dialed in today. We come out and compete tomorrow. That's the beauty of life and the beauty of basketball. Is you get another chance, you gotta keep fighting.
It's all Wyoming and Laramie. Now you got them here. What do you see them?
They're. I said this when we played them. They're certainly a better team than their record, especially because you got James, who one of the best players in the league. Anytime you have a guy like that can explode, and we did just a remarkable job on him. And he missed a few shots that he usually makes, and so you can't count on that. So we're gonna have to play better. And they got some pieces and they get it going. They like I said, they're a way better team than their record.
Do you feel like maybe a part of this team's ups and downs still is dependent on not having like the dude that you guys have had in the past?
Yeah,
I mean,
the dude abides, right?
he does.
You gotta have that, and you gotta have a closer, and we're developing that. Now we got some ideas about it, and we're gonna keep turning it over and like I said to Bob, it's like the Rubik's Cube. We're not going to stop until it's solved, till all the colors are lined up appropriately, and we've got them all over the place. We're still turning it, and we're gonna make lemonade out of it.